All right, welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Omar Stennett, the one who is always sure. If it not go so, we not say it. You don't know. Yeah, this is the big show, the new show. We're kicking it off today, and it's going to be an exciting one. This is the EPL preview show for 2021-2022. And today we're going to have a lot of persons in here talking about their clubs, especially the club that is presently leading the Premier League. Of course, that's Arsenal. That's us. We every single year we are the first team to lead the league. Yeah, there will be a difference this year, right? But you don't know what we normally do. We normally play our video and allow you during that time to share the video to all your contacts so they can be a part of our live show. So stay tuned as Kim Righteous come and just give us our little jingle and get us into the vibe. And then I'll send you the show and you can send it to your friend. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. Here we go.
I am sure sports.
I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is Righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Yes, so there you have it. That's the big intro. So I hope you took some time to share the video to all the persons in your contact and let them know that we are on. So if not, you need to go to the channel on YouTube right now, check out the video, and bam. Well, you're watching it, so you have it, and then just send that out right now. Listen, this is what I'm doing right now. Bam. And I'm going to bam again. And then I'm going to bam again. And send, watch, see it? And I sent it off. So now some other people have it. Big up the first person in the room is Brian. Listen, I need to make Brian a moderator. Listen, Brian is always the first person. Brian, I need to know what team you support so 1 week I can have you on. All right, but today we have Arsenal fan. Not me. I'm just the host, right? We have an Arsenal fan. He's all the way from Mansfield in Dallas. I mean, if you want a person who is an Arteta supporter, an Arsenal diehard supporter, who knows the facts, who knows the truth, and he speaks about it from an Arsenal, American, Jamaican background, football perspective. And his name is Che. We call him Pastor Che. Yes, his father is the one who you always hear say, yes, indeed. Yep. See, we have Brian, he's a Chelsea supporter. We also have a Manchester United fan. According to him, he was born United. Yeah. So recently, he has become divided because the team has been losing. And then we have an Anfield supporter. He says there's only one field. So I said to him that there's an ant field, not Anfield. So his name is Royal. I have to treat him very good because he will disconnect my light. He has that kind of authority right now. And then we have a Man City supporter who is going to support us. But his nickname is Puss. So you know that he's not going to be making any bold prediction. And we have a Chelsea supporter who is going to be joining us. So let me let you see the faces of our guests, and then we're going to get into some discussion. All right. Pastor Che, how you doing?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. I like your jersey. Are you
Yes.
excited? Are you excited about the Arsenal?
Boy, I'm gonna say excited right now, you know. Some some other things have to go on before I get excited. Right now, I'm
Re-
okay. I'm okay right now. I have
yeah.
to watch and see what happens over the next few weeks because Arsenal needs some real freshening up, and we get just a couple of players in, and we need some help in the attacking. So I am I'm not fully excited yet. But you know what? Arteta said I should be excited. So I'm waiting to see what I'm coming with to make me excited. So we'll see.
We'll see. So tell me, I mean, so far your club has made 3 signings, I
Yeah,
believe,
yeah.
in terms of players to be added to the senior squad. Um, Nuno Tavares, who is a left back, Sambi Lokanga, central midfielder, and Ben White, central defender. What are your thoughts on those signings?
Well, the Tavares was necessary to come in as a backup for Tierney because we just didn't have any backup. We're trying to get rid of Kolasinac, and that's been a hard one to move. But we needed somebody who was going to be able to replicate some of what Tierney would do on the left side. And we had Cedric that we used to slot in there, but Cedric can't really do the crossing and the kind of backtracking the way that Tierney does. So bringing in a guy like Tavares was for backup. So as you see, what we really did was plug a hole right there. Something was missing in terms of the backup. Not a first. It's not a first team guy. It's just a backup. And then Sam became in. Young guy, looked very good in preseason. Looked very solid. And it was a good thing I brought him in because here it is now. Thomas Partey is injured in preseason. And so Sambi looking good and is going to take his spot. But once again, he came in just for that. He came in really to be a backup for Party. So you see, once again, is a plug in a hole, a backup hole, but it's not really a first team player that they brought in. Now Ben White is the only one that came in as a first team player, and he came in really to replace David Luiz. We needed a ball playing center back. Luiz was the only one that we had, and the other center backs that we had, some of them are good crossers, some of them are good in terms of defense, but in terms of ball playing, we really didn't have a very strong ball player. So that's why they spent £50 million on
Yep.
Ben White. Young, just had a couple of years really in terms of 1 year in the Premier League, 1 year in the Championship that he really kind of shone. Made England squad, but never really made the team. But we look good. We're putting a lot of trust in him. But here it is. The biggest hole that we have in terms of our backup hasn't been filled, which is our goalkeeper. Right? We have Burnley now, and then the next person behind him is a guy named Runnison, who is a young guy that is terrible. Can't play. Could not even play. Couldn't even play high school football. And that is the guy who's number 2. So we don't even have, here it is. We're going into a game tomorrow, and we don't have a backup goalkeeper. If Burnley now get injured between now and tomorrow, even in tomorrow's game, we're in trouble. So that is the kind of thing why I'm not excited. And
But you,
we do have a good attacking. There's attacking midfield. How Arsenal did last year, the second half of the season, is because Emil Smith Rowe came up, but then we also had an attacking midfielder in Odegaard. Now we don't have anybody in that attacking midfield to support Emil Smith Rowe, and we can't expect him to carry us through the whole season. So I'm not excited yet, but I'm waiting.
but you're okay. You're okay, but not
I'm
excited.
I'm okay, but not
Not
excited.
excited. All right, we have the Kansas City, the man from Kansas City, the only field, but it is the Ant field, not Ant field. This is Chris Lidge, my brethren.
Good
Welcome,
evening, everyone. Good evening,
welcome,
everyone.
welcome. So we have
Yeah, but
Pablo and we have Che, Arsenal, Manu. We have a next, we have a next Liverpool fan somewhere hiding in the background. All right. All right. Pablo,
yeah,
Manchester United say you're born. I mean, you had no choice. That's why when you were born, you came out looking like Manchester United, and you just end up being. Tell me, what about your one signing? How you think your one signing for the entire summer so far is great? With all the money that you have and all the money that you plan to spend. Tell me about your one dege signing for the
all
summer.
right. In the transfer market, I'm very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. With that one signing because we need depth in the midfield which we don't have because McTominay and Fred, two holding mid, but the attacking mid, we only putting pressure on Bruno. We haven't had someone that can actually say, all right, let's step in if Bruno got injured. No one else can fill that spot. Once Bruno is out, I feel that my side will be in problems because someone that can actually give me the effect like what Bruno can do. Pogba has that, but Pogba is an on and off player. We can't depend on him like in big games. I totally don't think I can depend on him. He has his time when he will shine, then you just boom, drop. Like Bruno is very consistent. Unlike Pogba is very consistent in being inconsistent. So in that I really, really, really am disappointed in the transfer window. But Sancho, when it comes down to Sancho, I am happy with that buy because we have wingers, but wingers that actually can give us the assists, the goals that Sancho can actually give us. We don't have that because, for example, Rashford. Rashford is having an off season. You have for last season he was having an off season. I wouldn't say actually he was having a good season. I would say they have an off season. Even though that's one of the seasons actually scored the most goals under Solskjaer. But and we have Greenwood. I recommend Greenwood to go through the middle because of his excellent finish. I wouldn't have him on the wing. Cavani is out for the start of the season against Leeds. So is Sancho
And
and Bailly
Rashford
as
and
usual,
Rashford.
and Rashford with the shoulder surgery that he actually did. So a couple of the ballers are out. But for this upcoming match, I feel that
You're
we
going to
can
lose.
actually. No, we are gonna win. We are gonna
Okay.
win. But we are gonna concede as well with the play that actually Leeds play. No one can actually stop Leeds from scoring on them. No one, and I can say that no one can stop Leeds from scoring on them. And I can tell anyone that Leeds have an attacking sense of mind. They attack. They attack. They attack. It's like rubbing a spot till it gets sore. That's how they play. But I feel that we're going to come out victorious in this match. I predict like a 3-1 in this match for sure. But for the transfer window, I'm very, very disappointed.
All right. Mr. Liverpool, who did their business from very, very early. Like as soon as the season ended, Liverpool did their business. And Liverpool's signing are players recovering from injury. So tell me, what are your thoughts on your summer thus far? And what are your thoughts as you approach the start of the season?
Yes, I guess you have to back the coach based on what he has delivered so far. You basically have to work with whatever he comes with in a season like this after COVID. And like you said, we have a lot of people coming back from injured, so we didn't really get to see a full Liverpool team last season. I think that's the reason for not for no signing. But at one point, they were interested in Tielemans, who I thought was a good fit for Liverpool, with Wijnaldum going out and the type of football that we play going forward. I think Tielemans that's the only player in the market that I feel that we could have got. we didn't get. So that's a disappointment. But I don't really see anyone when you talk about transfers. You can't just say you should get players. I don't really see any players out there that I would say much the chemistry of how Liverpool play at the moment outside of Tielemans. So I am really satisfied with what we have because we have a lot of guys coming back from injury, and I am excited to see if we can. This is really our title our title defense season because we have everyone fit again. So it's really exciting to
What do you
see.
mean this is your title defense season? What was last season?
This
Ma-
is really because of last year, the bad luck. The title
Last year was the
season.
B team.
It's not because of when we win the title, it was good luck because we didn't have a lot of injuries. But last year was very bad. I don't know if it spill over from the title and coming from Champions League and all of that most of the players got injured. Yeah, I don't know. But this season, I have to back the coach because of how excellent he has been. You cannot ask for much when a coach deliver Champions League and a Premier League title, one that we have starved for so many years. So you cannot ask for much. I am very pleased with the work he has done so far. Outside of Tielemans, I don't see a disappointment.
All right. I see somebody saying that has Varane actually signed and done his medical, or it is in the pipeline. The deal has not been. I'm almost certain. Last time I checked, he has not been. He's not in Manchester doing any medical,
No,
which
he haven't
means
done
that
everything haven't been confirmed as yet.
confirmed it.
Due to
Yes.
the last news that I received, everything is not confirmed, but it's in the pipeline for completion though.
Yes. So he won't be playing this weekend. It's in the pipeline. We don't count that which is in the pipeline. It have to
He
be.
won't be playing. He won't be playing. I'm sure of that.
Somebody said it. Liverpool is the biggest team in the EPL. When 2 seasons ago. But Ole isn't ready for United, still keeping the deadwoods at the club, and the players won't be playing a lot. Now, this is a very important question. Let me talk to you about your clubs because one of the issues I realize is that there's a lot of incoming, but very few outgoings. Who are some of the players? Let me start with Liverpool first, and then we go all the way back up there. Who are some? You say you don't need anybody. The only player you see right now all across Europe that could fit
Yeah,
into you.
outside of Messi that was available because you
Oh,
have to look at the availability of players. Outside of any team would do good with Messi management.
oh, so outside of Messi and Tillemans, there's nobody available around Europe that Liverpool
Based
really
on
want.
availability. Based
Based
on
on
availability.
right, right. All right. Is there anybody that you want to see? Like this person can actually leave Liverpool. Seeing that are there players that think like their time at your club it's up and they need to go out, and what is hindering those players going out? And the same question for Pablo and Jen. Go ahead, Chris Lynch, you first.
Yeah, when I look at the team, you couldn't criticize the starting 11 and say no one really needs to go out because they have got the job done in both those titles. So you'd have to look at the bench and say some of these players have not lived up to expectation. And Naby Keita is one. He get injured too much for my liking, and he doesn't really help the team. That's where we need help because of the pressing style of football that Klopp play. You cannot, and as a defensive midfielder, a midfielder that we depend on, Liverpool depend on a lot of midfielders to get the work done in the attacking third. So Naby Keita is one that I really don't have no time for. Get injured far too often, and I would have loved to see the back of him. But you talk about signings. If I'd seen someone out there that could back up Salah and Mane, I would
So
have
what,
loved
what
that.
about Lukaku? I
No
just,
man, remember that those are two wingers.
okay,
So
okay,
I would have loved for someone. I would have loved to see a player that I would have liked to back
oh,
up
so you
Sane
don't, you
and
don't like you don't like Lukaku. It's okay.
Lukaku is a striker. He
Okay,
doesn't play where Sane and where Salah and Mane play. So that's the only place where I would have looked for a good backup in the market. But I still don't see it.
okay, all right. So all right. All right, Pablo. What about Manchester United? Who are the 10 players that you think should leave? I'm just kidding.
Then what?
No, no, sorry. Just check it. Go ahead. Go ahead and tell me.
Uh, so the players I feel that actually can actually it's time for them to go. Pogba has done his time there. He's gonna cause some problems, believe me. In the further on this season, he's gonna cause some problems when it comes on to funds. He's gonna need increase in salary, which he's not performing to get on my expectations, and I feel that it's time for Martial to actually go as well. Um, his time has come as well because as a central striker, which is not, I actually classify him as a wing striker. I don't know a man you convert him as a central striker, but his time is up. So those two players I feel that can actually go, and we actually need a clinical striker that can actually finish, and also a midfielder that can actually, I wouldn't say replace, just give us some depth after Bruno. So other than that, I don't feel that we actually need to let go anyone. I wouldn't say we
Really?
need to let go Rashford. I'm not going to say we need to let go Rashford. Rashford is very young. I'll give him time
Oh, so
as
you're
well.
still keeping Fred?
Yeah, I will keep Fred, of course. Fred performed this season.
You still
Fred
keeping?
did perform this
I'm
season.
just asking. You're still
I'm
keeping
telling you,
Matic?
Fred performed this season.
You're still keeping Matic?
Yeah, Matic as a senior player, he is performing, and he's actually. I wouldn't say it's time for him to
He's
go until
performing.
after someone. Repeat.
He's performing. Is he playing?
Of course, Matic is playing when he does come out
Oh,
on the field.
impressive.
eh,
Wait, so when he does, come on. I'm
When he
just trying
does
to.
come on, he's
Oh,
not a starter. He's not a starter, but he does hold a important role in the side.
okay.
Yes.
And Mata.
Hmm? Now, one matter is going already, so I wouldn't say he need to go, but one matter is going. He signed 1 year contract, but after that he will leave. But I don't think he will actually sign a next contract after that one.
Okay, and then you have like Teles.
Now Teles, we need a wing. We need someone to actually pressure. If it wasn't Teles, Luke Shaw wouldn't be performing like how he is
Okay.
performing.
So the purpose of Teles in your side is so that Luke Shaw can play good.
Yes, it's actually so. You know, every player,
Just
every
checking
player,
how Manchester United spends your
every
money,
player. No.
I'm
Every
listen.
player needs competition. Every single player needs competition,
So
especially
you
if
buy
that
play, you
competition
buy
is
one
as good
player,
as the first choice.
you buy one player to get a next player to play good.
No, to give him a little competition.
So,
If he
right,
wasn't performing, he can actually hold that role
you
as
really
the
think
first string.
you really think you guys took up how much millions of dollars to buy Teles to get Luke Shaw to play good?
No, he was supposed to be our first string left back, but Luke Shaw step up his game. So who are we to actually drop Luke Shaw? To be honest, the season before that, Luke Shaw wasn't playing nothing. And as we buy Teles, Luke Shaw does boom all of
I'm
a
just
sudden.
asking. I'm just trying to. What about Phil Jones? You still keeping him?
No, oh come on, man! Don't mention Phil Jones. I can bet for this season, Phil Jones will be injured as well. Phil
Okay.
Jones will be injured for the entire season again. So I'm not putting him in even this conversation.
Okay.
Phil Jones was the leading goal scorer, but he actually scored the most home goals. So I wouldn't even mention him.
So is there anybody out there that you'd add to your squad? Any
That
name
we,
that that you'd add to
he,
your squad?
for
That,
right now that available in the transfer window. Um, I was actually looking at Jack Grealish, but Jack Grealish is already at Man City. So I, for now, I'll actually keep on scouting, but for now, no.
you don't want sugarcane?
Hurricane,
Yes.
no, no sir, no sir.
Really?
Hurricane, no sir, no sir. Well, as a central striker, Hurricane is the best in England right now. I'm not saying any side wouldn't be good with Hurricane, but for right now, I wouldn't take Hurricane.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
So Hurricane type of ball game is actually similar. Hurricane is a player that will actually just pop up in the right spots, but Hurricane is the player to actually the speedy forward that Manu actually play with. Hurricane will more deliver to the wings. We don't have the wing strength to actually play with Hurricane. Rashford is not performing. Sancho might give us a goal, but Hurricane play with his wings. We don't have
So
The
what's the
strength.
difference with what is the big difference with Cavani? Because I feel like they're very similar, except one is young, one is old. Cavani and Hurricane. I come
No,
like I know more about your team than you.
No man. Cavani is way. Cavani in terms of finish is
It
way
what?
way.
Wait
Repeat.
what?
No,
No.
Cavani is more clinical. Cavani is more clinical, but
Huh?
no, Cavani is more
Yeah,
clinical
yeah.
to me.
Hold on. You sure you support Manchester United?
Yeah, of course I support Manchester United. Cavani is more clinical
I
to me.
am very sure that by the time this video ends, when a Manchester United fan come on, having heard all that you have said, they're going
Yeah.
to say, don't come back on this channel and represent Manchester
No,
United.
no, no, no. I feel that Cavani is more clinical, but
Then
Cavani is
Harry
in
Kane.
age.
All right.
No, Cavani is in age. Cavani is in age right now. We're
Even
gonna
in
need
his prime, I don't think he was more clinical than Harry Kane still.
Cavani is in age, but I believe that he still can perform. He still can give us the work rate that we need. But he will become injured eventually. And same thing with most of our wings. But I believe that when it comes down to the wings, we're gonna need strength because we still have Daniel James there, and I
Bradley
feel that
Adwin.
Greenwood, we need to give Greenwood a chance up in the center for to see how he will actually do. We are just bringing him on, and we're not actually giving him the chance to actually play through the middle.
Okay. All right, Pablo. Arsenal.
Yo,
Outside
yo,
of the
yo,
coach.
yo.
Outside of the
No, no, no,
coach.
no, no, no,
Who
no, no,
else you
no, no,
need to
no, no,
sell
no,
this
no,
season?
no, 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 no. We're not selling the coach. We're not selling the coach. No, you know what? Let me tell you, Arsenal have a whole heap of people that need to leave, right? I mentioned already Kolasinac. Kolasinac needs to go. We need his wages off of the bill because he can't contribute anything to the team. He doesn't play the way Mikel Arteta wants to play, and he's just not good defensively. Not good. On the other wing, oh my God, we have like four right wingers, and all of them need to go. So you have Bellerin need to go because Bellerin just has not been performing, hasn't come back. Cedric is he's a backup, but Cedric really not even. It's funny, right? Cedric was brought on as the backup for Bellerin, and here it is. Him can't even get a game. Cedric can't even get a game,
Can get a
right?
game over
It
Bellerin's backup.
him can't get a game over the third choice, which is Callum Chambers. So Callum Chambers is who is first choice, and Callum Chambers is not a right wing specialist, right? Callum Chambers is a utility man, and then you have Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So you still have another. So it's funny we're in the market looking for a right wing, and we have four of them. That's how bad the right wing is at this point. Is that we have four of them, and none of them are really first choice people. I forget with a Runnerson, who is the backup goalkeeper. So that's a whole heap of Torreira. We have to get rid of Torreira. We have to get El Neni.
Lacazette.
No, I'm gonna get rid of Laka. Yeah, the thing with Lacazette is you don't really have anybody to replace him, and Lacazette is going to give you 12, 13 goals a season. So I am not in favor of getting rid of Lacazette quickly. If we get somebody in to switch him out with, then fine. But right now, Lacazette is going to give you a good 12, 13 goals. And so I'm not quick to get rid of him necessarily. No, him only have a year on his contract after this. So you're kind of in a place where you're going to lose him on a free next year, or you try and replace him this year. So we see.
So if you keep Lacazette and Obama Yang, what happens to the young forward Balogun who you just signed and Martinelli coming off his Olympic gold medal?
That is where look. All of these guys still
And see
need
Jordan here say that
people.
Lacazette has to go.
Well, I hear you. I hear you, Jordan. I hear you. But right now, when you look at what we have, Aubameyang not performing at all. Aubameyang don't have no goal. From how long now? Aubameyang don't score. So he had a bad season last season. He had a bad preseason. The only person actually scoring right now for Arsenal is Lacazette. So I don't know if we should be quick to get rid of him, especially with Aubameyang not performing the way he should be performing. Yes, you have Martinelli and you have Balogun, but this is exactly where they need to be. They need to be in the place where them come on. You know, you take off Aubameyang, put on a Martinelli, take off Lacazette, put on a Balogun, and give them some game time during this season and build them up to be that. But you can't take off Lacazette and leave Balogun alone. But Balogun not going to run that. It might. We don't know if Balogun can score 10 goals for the season. We don't know that. No, so that's a big risk to get rid of him without replacing Lacazette with somebody. I say you take Balogun and you just make him come on, 70 minutes into a game, 60 minutes into a game, whatever, you bring him on and give him 30 minutes here, half a game here, 45 minutes here, whatever. But you can't make it run on him the whole time. This is his build here right now. Kind of treat him like how when Saka just came in. You give him a run, like when Unai Emery just brought in Saka. The same kind of thing. You make him run, you make him do some things now and then, but you can't put it all on him.
Okay. I think one of the struggles Arsenal will have this year is what they do with all of these players when they have no other competition.
Absolutely.
But I'm telling you, right now is when you realize how Europa League is important, because at least you'll be able to yeah. Somebody says, personally, I think Martinelli should be our number 9.
Could be. I'd like to see him be able to that. He did that in 2 games, and one game he was good, one game he was ineffective. But then part of it too is how many chances is our midfield creating for our front guys. And so I don't want to blame Martinelli outright with it. The thing with it though is if we don't have the real need that we have is an attacking midfield player. If we do not have a strong attacking midfield player, it don't matter who we have up front. It don't matter who we have up front because we're not creating the chances that we need. The only person creating chances right now is Tierney. Tierney is dropping ball after ball into the 60-yard box, but none of our forwards like to head ball. I mean, Martinelli is probably the only person who can get onto the end of a Tierney ball right now. So perhaps that might be a thing. But outside of that, nobody not heading the ball. So guess what? We're not creating the chance. We have to have an attacking midfielder.
Okay. All right. Very good point. Very solid point. Mr. Lynch, starting with you. Now, one of the things that people have been talking about is about the coaches. Now, I know you said that based on what Klopp has accomplished, you are trusting him to regain the title that you lost. All right. But is there anything Klopp as a coach need to change personally in terms of his approach, seeing that if he keeps the same squad, they are older players, will they be able to operate effectively in that same system? Or do you think he has to change his system? What do you think? Is there anything he needs to change or just keep doing the same thing?
It's just like anything in life, man. Once it works for you, you really feel uncomfortable going outside of that. And I think it works for him wherever he coach. So I can't see him going away from what works for him. And it not just works for him, it allow him to beat some of the biggest teams in the world. So it's hard for you to say for anyone to think that he should go away from it. When he just came, a lot of people didn't like it because it didn't work when he just came and he didn't have the personnel to play how he wanted to play. Every coach has their personnel. They have a style that they want to play, and if you don't get those type of players to bring out the type of football that you want to play, then it just looks ridiculous. And that's why coaches get money to spend to basically develop on their chemistry and what they see the club and what they want the club to do. So you have to support. We know when Klopp was coming, I know the type of football that was coming. So there's no way now I could tell you that I want him to change. It's not like he came unknown like probably Arteta. When Arteta came here, I'm sure much Arsenal fans didn't know what he was coming to do, but Klopp came as an established coach and had won titles elsewhere, and that's how he played. So I think it would be a good idea for anyone to think that he would just change now.
Yeah.
After winning Champions League at that and going to a Champions League final twice, using that. Yeah, you just don't do that. It's a successful way of playing for him.
All right. So my next question Royal is the next. Liverpool supporter. Why I I I think there's a concern with Liverpool. I'm going to tell you why. Gomez was out, coming back. Van Dijk was out, coming back. Matip was out, coming back. And the first person Liverpool bought was Canute. Is that saying to us that Klopp doesn't trust the health of those three players and there could be problems with them this season? Therefore, he has bought Canute because he doesn't believe Van Dijk will be at his best, Gomez will be at his best again, and Matip at his best. Royal.
Well, maybe it's not necessarily from the point of trust, but in life sometimes you have to have contingency planning. So in case what you're originally planning don't go, you have to have a backup, so you have a reliable system running for you at all given time. You understand? So in facing a situation last season where Van Dijk injured, Gomez injured, for a majority of the first part of the season, you have to play Fabinho in the defensive role. So and then January, he have to run go by to centre back quick and fast. You understand me? I say so. I guess I just contingency planning for in case something like that happen again. And as you clearly said, they were injured once. You don't know which card can play again. A lot of players we say get injured and then they come back to them full potential afterwards, or they become injury prone after that. You understand? So I guess I just contingency planning for those worst case scenario that he might not have to rush and probably make no panic buy, or just have to just get whatever available to him in the January window. Him actually have somebody solid around the way and can rotate them and have them a work team in our reliable system all the time.
Let me just ask you this because it just came in, but shouldn't he have thought the same thing about Robertson and Trent Alexander, who I think are way more important than a next centre back to the way Liverpool play their system? If any of those guys get injured this year, who is at Liverpool to replace them?
Well, for the practice match, I see him put my boy out there. When name again, I forget his name, that T name. You understand me? I see him put Phillips wing back as well too. So I guess him probably have something in place for all of that as well too. He say, boy, if this man get injured, I can push this man in that position or put that man in that position. You understand? So maybe he might not have a die-hearted, like a Trent is a die-hearted right back. Maybe get one like that. But him probably have somebody out there in mind when say, all right, in case this happen, I can put this person in this position. May believe that this person ability to function.
Let's interject management because he bought a left back a season ago. I think that's what Ruel. That's what Ruel.
Yeah,
it cost us. He bought a left back last season. He bought him from Greece League somewhere. He bought a young left back last season. So that young left back is there is his name on the screen, man. So
yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
He bought a left back last season, and that's the left back that is going to start if Roberts is not good, and he has his very experienced Milner to play that right back position. should Trent go down, because if you notice I don't know if you remember that there was a Manchester City game. He basically had Milner on the right side to help Trent, because Trent go forward and do it good, but he doesn't play defense good. And that's where the experience of Milner come in. He can play that right back position good. He also used Milner left back, and that's why he went out and get that left back the season before. Yeah, he basically was using Milner left back when Roberts was out. So you're right, but he did correct that error and went for a left back, a specialist left back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he played in the last practice match. I think when we won 3-3 love.
Yeah, because Roberts went down in that practice game also. So
yeah. So Roberts, the status right now, I'm gonna check the update in a while, but it's still unsure for him, and we have match Saturday. So I guess we'll see. Probably we'll start that youth there,
Linesman gone low.
Nah, I hear you.
All right, sorry about that. I was muted. Pablo, your coach is often to refer to as a PE coach. Um,
Try to get married.
Look, I'm just saying, you're muted, pop. All right. So tell me, what you want to see adjusted in his coaching tactics or thinking of the game this season for Manchester United to not by luck, but actually finish in the top four, not by luck, but by good coaching.
All right. As I predicted last season that I would actually finish in the top two, and I discussed with you on that one as well. But I won't go into dialogue on that. But for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
season in the
What,
big,
what, what position you actually finished last season? By luck.
I finished in the big in the top two, right?
Huh?
I finished in the top two, right?
Yeah, by luck.
Call the specific position, please.
Yeah.
Okay, I finished in the top two. I finished in the top two. But in the big matches, I feel that the coach decisions are very poor, poor. Especially when it comes on to the crunch time, like the second half. The second half, mostly we score most of our goals in the second half. But when it comes on to semi-finals or playing big teams in the Premier League, I find my coach are making some silly decisions, very silly decisions. We have if Bai is fully fit, I don't feel that Lindelof should start in some of the games because Bai is one of our best tacklers. Won't lie, Bai is one of our best tacklers. If he is fully fit, I feel that he should play.
Why are you
And then,
mentioning? Sorry, Paul. Why are you mentioning those guys? They're not going to play.
huh?
They're not going to play. They won't be playing. It's
No, yeah.
Maguire and those guys won't be playing. It is Maguire and Varane will be playing.
No, I'm talking in the past. I'm not talking now.
Okay.
Yes, yes. But as I mentioned that if Bai is fully fit, he should have started. Bench Lindelof. Varane is coming in, so some letting go has to happen. Either Bai, but I strongly feel that he's going to let go of Bai, because of his injury prone act. So other than that, but I'm comfortable otherwise with him.
You're
I
comfortable with the
don't
coach.
yeah, I'm comfortable otherwise with him. I'm giving him time because
How much more time you're giving him? I want to keep because I like keep Manchester United fans at their word. How much more time
yeah,
you giving your coach?
I'm giving I'm,
Yeah, keep
I'm
it
giving
whatever,
him this
Pat.
season. This
This
season you'll see improvement. I can tell you that. This
this
season,
season.
yes, you should see improvement
So
in
you
the squad.
believe you finished second last season. So what will be improvement this season?
I'm gonna still be in the top two.
And that is improvement.
Yeah, I'm gonna still be in
Your
the top two.
position don't change, but you improve. All right.
The position might change to on the top, but I will still remain in the top two.
Hey, man, I want thing we can tell about Manchester United supporters them now. Better than go turn artists in a car. Anytime I drop on them, they always sing a different song, man. If you
That,
ask 10
but,
Man U
but Roal,
supporters around their team, they get 10
Roal,
different arguments.
Roal, the last conversation me have, don't me make sure I tell you we are gonna finish in the top two. Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
All right. Okay.
All right. Pastor Che,
Yeah.
your
Give me a
coach also is sometimes referred to as the PE coach.
Yeah, true.
And one of the major cry of the fan base of Arsenal is Cranky out, Arteta out. Where are you on Arteta, and what does he need to do to really win over more of the fan base? And what would be a
Um,
good season for him this season?
oh Lord, a good season. Well, start with this. I'm a Arteta in man. I am because I see what he's trying to do in the club. I see the style. I see the culture I'm trying to build. I see the way in which his thinking in terms of the overall team and how the team attack and how the team defend. And I like it because the way the man I'm playing, everybody's a defender, everybody's an attacker. And I see that kind of mentality that he's put in. The problem I have with Arteta is that he is too committed to specific players. That even when they're not playing well, he still persists with them too long. And so I should have mentioned Willian when we're talking about people who need to go. I should have mentioned Willian. I forget that Willian's still at the club. But
But he
Willian
just come.
last year,
But William
yeah,
just come. William
I know
just come.
him just come and we tired them already. So
Well, William.
so Arteta has a good system, but he persists like so with Willian. Willian was playing every single game, no matter how bad he was. He was playing every game last year, which just didn't make any sense to me. Aubameyang, him going to persist with Aubameyang not scoring any goals right now, and he's going to play him against Brentford because him just going to commit him just going to not drop him captain. So I'm going to persist with that, and that is the kind of thing with Arteta. I feel like Willian, for example, took a spot where we could have had Martinelli playing more. We could have had, what I mean, we could have put in more sort of I mean, look how long it took for Smith Rowe to actually get in the team. It wasn't till December that Smith Rowe got in the team. Can you imagine if Smith Rowe was played this whole time instead of Willian? So that is the kind of thing that I am frustrated with. Also, when he makes his changes, it takes too long. It takes too long to make his changes. When a player is not playing, he waits too long in the game before he makes a kind of change. And sometimes what's interesting is that the change will happen and you see the impact that player has, and you think, why didn't you do that 15 minutes ago? So that's my concern. We do absolutely need better players. I say Jordan saying that the system is good, the players are horrible. Very true. We need better players. Some of the players really, I mean, Rob Holding was the starting centre-back. Rob Holding.
Rob Holding need to hold the bench.
That's what I'm saying. So it goes to show you the level. But it's not just the level. For me, it is also the persistence that he has with some of these players. So that is I hate to hear that a man train good and then you see him on a match day and him can't perform good. That bothers me. Like, so that's where my thing. I think he has a this loyalty to certain players, and I think that is where he needs to change.
So everybody so far sticking with their coaches because they are anticipating improvement this season. All right. So what finish would you say would make you say, you know what, Arteta improved the side? Because you finished 2 seasons in a row. So
I know.
What would be improvement?
You see, here's a problem. If this team here that he has right now, if he made no more signings, and it's just a backup goalkeeper, 6. If he made no more signings right now, except for a backup goalkeeper, with this team, 6 would be an improvement.
6 would be an improvement. Okay.
6 would be an improvement if he had made no more signings. Now, if he goes and he gets like a James Maddison, then we're looking at 4.
As an improvement.
Absolutely.
But regardless of what happened, he should not finish 8th again.
No, he shouldn't finish 8th again.
All right. So let me just chime in a little bit and then.
No, and the reason why is because now you have in essence, you should be having a fully fit. Well, you should be having a settled Thomas Partey. You have a Nicolas Pepe who is playing much better. You have a backup for Thomas Partey who looks good. You have an improvement on David Luiz. So you have Smith Rowe playing from the very beginning. You have in Saka who all the experience of last year. So you should not end up getting worse or as you did last season. You must improve, or else you don't deserve the job.
So if I'm just looking at players in teams, as I go by name and stuff, I don't think even without any more signings, there are 6 teams better than Arsenal, and that's up to the coach. All right. So let me ask you this question. Tell me 6 teams right now that you think are better than Arsenal.
Man United, City, Liverpool, Chelsea.
4. Yeah.
Right? So hold on, we got 4 already.
That's it.
Leicester.
What?
Leicester. You can watch all you want. Leicester is
It reached right there. We reached that point right now.
Hold on. Villa, the way Villa has bought right now, Villa is looking good. I'm not telling a lie. Villa is looking good. Best goalkeeper. You just bring in Buendia. You bring in new winger. No, I mean Villa is looking good. So
Listen,
yeah,
Leicester is not better than Arsenal. Leicester has an aging Jamie Vardy who struggled in terms of goal scoring last season, the back end of the season.
Jamie Vardy was
Hold on,
injured.
hold on now.
Jamie Vardy,
Fine.
yeah. I'm just saying.
Pre-season
Madison was
struggling.
injured last year too. Hold on.
Pre-
Madison and
All
Vardy
right,
were
fine. No,
injured
no,
last year.
let me
They're
give
two
you.
best players.
All
You
right,
have
one of their
Tielemans on the team. No, man. You're talking
Leicester
about
City.
if
Watch it.
Leicester is
Leicester
fully
City.
fit.
Leicester City just lost Fofana, one of their better defenders, and they have
Okay.
just bought the red card specialist, the player who had the most red cards in the league last season. They have bought him to come and play centre back for them to replace Fofana. Not better than Arsenal. And the coach, it has to do with coaching. Leicester not better
No,
than
it's
Arsenal.
not just no. It's not just coaching,
All right.
It's also
Aston
chemistry.
Villa,
Hold on.
not better than
Well, it's not just
Arsenal.
coaching too. Hold on, man. It's not just coaching, it's also chemistry. Leicester has been playing together. That team has been playing together for a long time. The understanding they have with each other in terms as a team, as a cohesive unit, is much better than Arteta, who come in, didn't have a preseason last year, coming midway in a
That's
COVID,
something,
all of
but
that kind of stuff. I'm saying, if you can look at man for man, I hear you, and that the coach needs to improve the team. I get that, but right now, as a unit, Leicester is better than Arsenal right
all right.
now as a
All right.
cohesive
Let me
unit.
ask you. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. All right. Who in Leicester's defense is better than Ben White?
Well, Ben White just come, so we have to
Who in
watch him.
Leicester's defense is
I'm
better
not saying
than
no.
Kieran Tierney?
I don't know Leicester's defense that well.
So I am saying, in terms of player, I believe Arsenal has players that are just as good, and some of it is coaching. And I agree with this person. I think Villa is average. I think Villa is a very average side, and they lost Jack Grealish. I don't know, but personally, I don't rate Wendy. I'm glad that he didn't come to Arsenal.
No, don't even bother with that, because
Ollie
only for
Watkins is
Arsenal
going to
fans
be
want him.
well. Ollie Watkins is going to be out. Well, Ollie Watkins is going to be out for like 6 months. So I mean, who's going to score their goals? Yeah, he got injured in preseason.
God have mercy. Okay.
Yeah. So this weekend is the first weekend. So I'm going to start with you, Roel. I mean, first tell me about your game, what you're expecting, how much you think Norwich going to win by, and then tell me what you think about some of the other fixtures. I'm just kidding.
Pastor, I think the mic work properly. I don't know. You said something just a while ago. I don't understand. The first game,
No, it is exactly what I
expect,
said. The mic working, man. The microphone working.
I expect a cracking start, as usual. I mean, well, when I compare to the start last season when we faced very enthusiastic Leeds, and the game finished 3-2, was a good start out to the campaign. But Mr. Norwich, I give it that the fight there. We look for a win by at least 2 clear goals. At base, you understand me as being, yeah, to tell the truth about 1-3 love me, I look for 1-4-1. They might surprise and score one. I don't know. You understand me? I say. But with the crap of players that we have, give us an injury and a beat we down like last season, man. I expect great from this Liverpool team. As long as injury and a beat, we complacency in a setting, the team chemistry right, the expectation we may have, like Jamaica expect them sprint athletes to perform at Olympics, Trust man, we expect a lot from them.
Really?
But Norwich, me don't know still. Cause me I say sometimes them team I would just get promoted, They want to come stamp them feet, they want to come set a standard, you understand me I say. So the enthusiasm what them come out with usually, them come out with a fire.
Game. It's an
So
away
yeah,
game
they might come out with a fire still, I don't doubt that, but
it's an away game for
boy, I don't know. I haven't seen them in preseason or anything, but I've seen Liverpool and I expect at least 1-2 clear goals I win by.
All right. Quickly, give me your pick. Arsenal versus Brentford.
3-1.
In favor of Arsenal.
Yes.
Okay. Well, and
What
two,
you thought it was in favor of the bees? You was in
I just want to make sure because everybody's saying this is Brentford's first game in the Premier League in their club history. They're going into a brand new stadium, and it's going to be a festive atmosphere. And I think that is what, like, sometimes it's better you come in like unknown, no big celebration and surprise. I think because of this big party, it puts Arsenal on this big stage that they're going to want to dominate Brentford and to not make them celebrate. And I think Arsenal, I do believe that Arsenal are going to win as well. Looking out for Ivan Toney and Ethan Pinnock, who are both.
Yeah.
Ethan Pinnock, is um, supposed to be part of Jamaica World Cup campaign squad, and Ivan Toney, I know they are trying to get him to represent Jamaica, though he's waiting on England. So looking forward to see how they will play in the league. One of the better games of the weekend is the Manchester United Leeds United game. It's the early game Saturday morning. Pablo Beasley just extended his contract. Leeds are
For
one of the
1 year.
1 year they bought like 5 players. They got the players early in the season, settled, performed well in preseason. How you think you're gonna stop this Leeds team that you could not stop last year?
All right. As I mentioned, no team in the Premier League can stop Leeds from scoring on them.
Well,
The type
Arsenal
of
did.
football, the type of football they play.
Arsenal actually did. Just
How many
wanted
times?
to, eh?
Just
How many times?
remember.
Just remember that we did. It don't matter. You said
How many times?
don't matter. We played them
All
three
right.
times. We won one. And they didn't score a player with 10 men. One game. You remember that game?
What happened?
That we could have won. Yeah, but though they scored on us, but there was a game that they didn't score. So out of the 3 games, you understand me, but just want you to know that they played Arsenal and didn't score. That's it. It don't matter if it's one time, as long as it's out.
All right.
But continue.
All right. They're very attacking state of mind. I believe that we will concede against them. We will, but we will overcome and become victorious as usual. But I'm looking at a 3-1 as well. Unlike the Arsenal and Liverpool, I'm playing a well-gelled team. Not new to the Premier League, and everyone know what they're coming with. A very attacking state of mind. So it's going to be exciting. Just looking forward for that.
Yeah, I think one of the big games as well to look out for is the Tottenham versus Man City game. That's a Sunday game, the last game on Sunday. And the reason why is because Harry Kane is being rumored to go to Manchester. The coach has come out and said that Harry Kane is going to play, but Harry Kane has not been training. All right. Jack Grealish makes his debut as well.
Number 10.
Yeah, what any of you want to take a stab at this game in terms of what the results you think going to be, given what you have seen of Tottenham new coach, Nuno, moving over from Wolves, joining Tottenham. Very good coach because he did some things with what I'd call mainly average players. Dele Alli seems to be back in form, and Reguilon playing well. What any of you any song signs a new contract as well. And City had so many players in the Europe who went far down in the Europe, may not be playing because Sterling wasn't in the last game that they played. Kevin De Bruyne wasn't in there. John Stone wasn't in there. What are your thoughts on this first game? What are your predictions for the City Tottenham game?
The City Tottenham game, I believe that game will be attacking on both terms. With De Bruyne out and Foden out for City, that would actually be difficult, given meaning a debt to them. But I strongly believe that it will be a underpoint, a 2.5 under match. I don't believe that would actually give a lot of goal scoring, but it will be a lot of attacking going on though.
I still back City for that one. Seeing how Tottenham played against Arsenal in the preseason, I feel City is still going to dominate, and Tottenham is going to sit back and go for the counter attack type play. So I expect City to win this one.
Right.
Yeah, to tell the truth, may I give City the edge, but usually in these matches you have a whole heap of parameters or a whole heap of things that play. You understand? So you have Tottenham now, as I said, with a new coach. You understand me? I say some of the players might be more lively and vibrant this season. They might feel so they have a new opportunity, given there's a new coach for shine. So they might want to come out and put them best forward. You understand? The Hurricane Sun partnership, boy, it was something like a love story last season. Trust me, man. If you see that kind of mashup now, you wonder what them are gonna resort to now. You wonder what them are gonna draw, what them are gonna draw for now. You understand? So I get the edge to City still, but I'm still anticipating to see what Tottenham will come with still. But yeah, I'm giving the edge to City right now.
Right. Well, I'm going to go Tottenham, and here's why. It is being played at the Tottenham New Stadium. This is first time in a long while they're playing with spectators in the ground. They got a taste of it in the game against Arsenal. I think because Harry Kane is rumored to be going to Manchester, I think they're going to be playing with a vengeance, trying to beat City. And I think the spectators are going to be behind them. There are less traveling spectators. And I think that is going to make the difference. So I'm going for Tottenham with a surprise 1-0 win, especially because City is losing like some of the most creative players in that City midfield. And Jack Grealish has been there like for 10 days. I don't know if he has had enough time to gel into the system.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
I watched them against Leicester City. It was very attacking in the first half, but the second half was proven to be can contain Leicester attack because in front of goal City is not looking impressive when it comes down to in the final third in that match they didn't look impressive none at all. So that's why I'll say without the Brian or Foden, as you mentioned, the depth in the midfield it would cause a problem to them.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, but so that's my pick. But let me ask you, this is like the final question for our first show. Like if you were to pick teams for relegation, right?
Hmm.
Who you think could kick the bucket this season?
Oh Lord.
Yes,
Um.
yes. I have a surprise one because I have seen this coach. I can give you mine because I have mine, and then you
Go
can
on.
think
Go
about
on.
yours. So
Yeah. Tell me
I
yours.
have I saw Patrick Vieira coach in the MLS, and I've seen him coach in France. His teams always struggle. Crystal Palace has lost most of the older players, like Cahill is gone, and um, Ward, all of those defenders that they had, some of those older players. They haven't added a whole lot to their squad. They are primarily reliant on Zaha. All right, Zaha still wants to leave. I think Crystal Palace. All right, that's number one. All right,
Hmm.
number two, I have going down is this season. Southampton has lost one of their centre backs. They have also lost Bertram, their left back, uh, and Free, two critical pieces of their defense. Again, very good coach, but I don't see Danny Ings is possibly going to leave. That I see Southampton kicking the bucket, and then because Norwich likes to play the sometimes in, sometimes out game and make a lot of money, Norwich is going to do what they always do, get relegated and get that money and come back up again. So those are my three picks for relegation. Pablo.
Uh, all right, for me, I would say Norwich as well. And to look in it, I would say uh, I saw them coming up. Um, Brentford is also they're playing good, but when it comes down to defending against big team, they're weak. So I'll give them as well. Going down and Fulham as well.
Fulham,
So those
Fulham,
are my
Fulham, Fulham not in
Fulham
the
went
league.
down. Fulham
They
went
can't go.
down already.
Fulham went
They
down
can't
last
go down
season.
again.
then I say.
Yeah, unless they're going down to they're going to League One.
All right, so Brighton is the next pick for me.
Brighton.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you
Brighton,
choose.
Brighton is not scoring goals, and we all know that. They're not scoring
No
goals.
man, don't worry yourself. You're going by Eddie and Ketia. Arsenal lethal goal scorer at the under 23 level. He's going to keep Brighton up like Danny Welbeck did last season.
Why that goal against Danny? I feel it, man. I'm not lying.
Danny Welbeck would destroy Manchester United.
Yeah, I feel it.
Manchester.
I'm not lying. I feel it.
Yeah.
Set that one to the core.
He's saying right here, Southampton, Watford, and Norwich will go down. That's Jordan speak.
Nice, Jordan. Jordan, I'm with you. I'm with you. Southampton, Norwich. The Watford thing is where I'm thinking Watford or Brighton because I feel like Brighton. Yeah, yeah. I just with Brighton losing with us getting Ben White, I'm looking at where because what Brighton had that kept them was their defense. So
and
now,
Besuma.
yeah, and Bissouma. So that is where my concern is now. When you pick out one of their best defenders, what happens? How they hold up around the back. But yeah, Watford is the other team to that I'm concerned about. So yeah, those are the right up in there.
You pick Southampton,
So
Watford, and Norwich.
yeah,
Pablo pick oh no, Pastor Che, you pick Brighton instead of
Yeah.
Watford.
not me. No, oh, I was saying Brighton instead of Watford. Yes.
Okay,
And
and then Pablo, you select Brighton, Southampton. No, you said
No,
Fulham, but you can't pick Fulham,
no, man, I picked Brighton. I said
right?
Brighton. Yes, Brighton, Norwich
And
to go down. And Brentford as well.
Brentford. Oh, and
Yeah.
Brentford. Okay. That's a good. For some reason, I think that whole London area where Brentford is in, they are going to. Yeah, I kind of feel like they're going to. They just barely nip.
When suffer.
I think they're going. I think they're going to be like they're going to do well against the small teams because this is. If you realize that Ben Rama, who went to West Ham, was at Brentford. All right. Remember that goalkeeper Arsenal wanted from Brentford.
Raya.
Right. Ivan Toney, they wanted. All right. He also had Ollie Watkins, who was at Brentford.
Yes.
Right. So I believe that Brentford has a way of always they always producing players and they play good football. Of all the promoted teams in the last outside of Leeds, like behind Leeds, they play the best football. And I think that is going to help them. And one thing that they have not struggled with is that in the last 2 seasons in the championships, coming into because almost every season they go to the playoffs, they always score a lot of goals. They don't struggle with scoring goals. Like Watford, like Norwich. And that is why I think they are going to just make it. Yeah. You see somebody saying I enjoyed watching them in the championship. They play, if you watch them, you'd think like it is one of those big teams. And so, yeah. But what about your top four and then we'll close on that?
The top four. In the top two.
I don't want you to give me a dream top four. I want you to give me a realistic top four. Now.
Yeah, the realistic top four I'm talking about. All right, so in fourth place, I will actually put Liverpool in fourth place this season. In third place, I'll put Man City. Second place, Chelsea. First place, Manchester United. That's my top four for this.
You know what? Hold on. You okay, Pablo?
Yeah, it's the
I'm talking about the top four for the Premier League, the 2021-2022 season. I don't know if you're looking at. So I'm not sure you got the question. You heard the
I got the
question, right?
question. I got the
Oh,
question. I got the question. I want listen. All right. Pray. All right. I watch Chelsea in the Super Cup. In the Super Cup, I know that Chelsea didn't play some of their strong ballers, but Chelsea still look impressive. And I watch Manchester United in their first two club friendlies. They didn't look impressive because most senior players was there. But the match that most senior player was at, the Everton match, they did look impressive in that match. When it comes on to Liverpool, I watched Liverpool against let me see if I can remember the team. The one that they lost 3-1, and I watched them in the one that they won 1-0. And they do look impressive when it comes on to attacking form from the top four in the attack. The top three with the player in the number 10 position. They do look impressive.
so
Uh,
you have Liverpool fourth,
yeah,
Man City third,
yeah,
Chelsea second,
yeah. Man City
and
won't start the league on a high.
all right,
I can
fine.
promise you that.
All right, not a problem. Pastor Che, give me a top four.
United fourth, Liverpool third, City second, Chelsea first.
All right, I
I
have
think
something similar.
Chelsea bought the Premier League this year.
All right, so I am assuming that Harry Kane is going to end up at City. All right,
Mhm.
if that
Mhm.
happens, City is not going to lose the Premier League with Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez, Raheem Sterling. They're not losing it. Chelsea is second. All right, Liverpool third, and Arsenal, when they buy James Madison, comes fourth.
Yeah. If we buy James Madison, guess what? I become a believer in that one.
I'm
If we
telling
buy
you.
James Madison, yes. If we buy James Madison, the thing is, look, Lukaku coming in, I think that is going to. I know he played for United, and but Lukaku has gotten better and better and better over the years, and so I think he's going to come in and do well with that coach at Chelsea. Yes, watch it.
Yeah.
Chelsea's won't be a dominant. Came out when no sir when
And I'll tell you
yeah
one of the
man.
critical reasons. One of the critical reasons, I don't think the clubs, like I don't think Manchester has added enough to their depth to play in Europe and in the Premier League and be competitive. And so I think because Arsenal has less focus with a large squad, it makes them better prepared to play the league. So I am going Arsenal to tip out, nip Manchester United. But yeah, what a show, people. So guys, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. We have gone over over 12 minutes. Listen, all the persons, listen, you have to make sure you go over to the channel, right? Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share the video. Next week, we'll be here, right? And same thing, just having a program discussing some of the games. We'll come back, talk about our predictions and to see who got the most, who got the most right. And so we can call them the I am sure boss for that week. Of course, you know who that is going to be.
Yeah, man, it's
Because
Pablo.
if it is not
Pablo.
sure, you know me not say it. You understand me? So you know that.
Because you're
So
so,
which game you doing the bossing on? Which game?
Well, the prediction that we made, the City game and our team games. Because
So
that's what
City, I didn't give a score for the City. So 2-1
in
for
favor of
City.
City. And I said
2-1 in
one,
favor of City.
right. And I picked Tottenham to win by one goal.
yeah.
Okay. But one
Yeah.
goal to nil?
Yeah, 1-0. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pablo, you
Co-
said City 3-1.
No. I didn't say City, man. I said the score will be under 2.5, so it will be under 2. And I don't believe that
What
City
do you mean
will
the
win
score will be
because
under
of the
2.5? That is not a
You have,
prediction.
you have to
You have to give
come
a
up.
score. You
You have to
can't
give
say
a
score.
score.
No,
You have
I
to give a
said
score, man.
City won't win. I said
But
City
that is
won't
not a
win.
So
score.
what is the
All
score?
right,
What
all
is
right,
the score?
all right. The score will be 2-0 going for Tottenham.
2-0. All
Yes.
right. And I think Royal had said that Tottenham 2-1. And then he picked Liverpool to win 3-1. You pick Manchester to win 3-1. Pastor Chep pick Arsenal to win 3-1. Arsenal for the win, the team that had the third best defense, not conceding. 3 goals to nil.
All
Arsenal.
right.
Yes. Listen, I'm going even further. Obama Young with the double.
What?
I like that is fate right
No,
there.
listen,
That's
listen.
fate.
If that happened, you definitely deserve the boss, man. No matter what else,
So
no
listen,
matter what else you get wrong.
in the
But
comment,
then
let's
again,
see.
you are always sure. So
Yeah. Always sure. But thank you again. So good having you. We do this again next week. And thank you, Jordan and Damian, Brian, all the other persons who are watching on the Facebook side. Thank you so much for joining us. The Manchester United man end up being in the comment section, so that he will be here next week. Travis, big up yourself. And so we do this again next week. All the way from over there in Dallas, Mansfield. Pastor Checo, and thank you so much. Arsenal
yes, boss.
forever, the only gun in the league. You know, we don't fire and miss, we fire and we hit. Yeah, you understand me?
Need
Pablo,
them striker there.
Manchester United. I don't know. The one signing club, you know, every summer they sign one person. You know, let's see. They have a lot of money, but they can only afford one signing. But they're rich, but they can only afford one signing. Arsenal bigger. You understand me? We get three for the money. We do wholesale. You understand me? The same money that they spend on one, we get three. That's how we do it. 3 for 1 special we give
Uh,
them. Three
and then we
piece
give them
without
away.
chip.
And then we give them away for free. We
And then
give them away free.
yeah, all right. So, two signings, Manu. Somebody keeps saying it is. Oh, right. So we don't the Varane one not sealed yet. But thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you next week. Join us tomorrow at 12:30 for the JPL show, when we'll have Ladell Ritchie from Mount Pleasant. We'll have Rudolph Speed from Cavaliers. We'll have the coach out there from Mullines, the assistant coach, Mr. Daly. And we'll be hearing from a very, very special guest. That's 2 o'clock tomorrow, right when the Arsenal game is going to start. So we'll tell you the score as we talk about the JPL, the new thing around here. Enjoy the rest of your evening and remain blessed and remove all the stress. Yeah.
I am sure sports.
You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy, 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 boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
you heard this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha, yeah. Someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.